Hello Twin Flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy read. We'll dive right into the reading today. Of course, happy 12th of Portal if you're watching this on the day when I'm recording. I did a dedicated reading about the portal and what it means for the twins yesterday, so you can check out on my channel if you haven't seen it yet. It's pretty powerful, so watch that to gain some new guidance, some insight, some food for thought for how does it resonate for your own journey. All right, and today we're gonna do the usual daily read, but I still was guided to ask different questions. So my first question is gonna be, what kind of opportunities does the universe have for us, and share those with us right now that we should be open to, that we should be using, basically. If whether you know about them or maybe you don't even know, you don't really acknowledge that, that's your time to pick on those and see how you want to use that inviting energy. The second question is going to be about the karmic cycles we're going through, and that's going to be for each twin. What kind of challenges, what kind of lessons. Hopefully it also give you a perspective on your situation, how it maps onto the bigger picture and the lessons to learn. And then the third one is going to be guidance for action for each of the twin collectives. We will start with an oracle message, and today I'm going to be using the archetypes deck. This is a beautiful deck, one of my latest. I love it so much. It's got a lot of interesting information in the book as well. So for those of you who are thinking about buying something like that, it's a little bit more in the advanced level, only because if you're just looking at the card that gives you a specific archetype, it's better if you're more familiar with them. But if you're doing this for yourself and, maybe you are willing to learn, then that's also great, because you can use the book as a learning tool and like the companion, basically, for you to learn more about these different archetypes that surround us in our life. All right, and of course, remember that I accept donations if you want to support the channel. There's also an Amazon wish list mostly with different decks that you can get, and I'll be using them on the channel. And of course, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. I do have a weekly show on mindfulness and wellness. The next episode is coming out tomorrow, Friday at 6 p.m. EST, and then will be available as a recording. I'm looking to actually finish my journey with Bold and Brave TV at the end of this year, but this does not mean that I'm not going to do this kind of content. It just means that it's going to be a bit different format, and it will be presented in a different way. It will definitely be throughout my channels and accounts. So yeah, hopefully it's going to resonate in a different way with you guys. All right, so we have, for the feminines, we have the fault line. Wow, you know what? I was not gonna use the book, but for this one, I want to use the book. Okay. Let's see. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. Very wintry archetype. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending that all is well. There's no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that it alters the current dynamic from the ground up. So essentially, tower moment, but this is a little warning from the universe that, tower moment is coming. You don't know what it is, maybe, but it's necessary and it's gonna be big. What do we have for the masculines? The threshold. Yeah, so I'm not gonna read this one, but to me, definitely, this is the part where it's the new beginning, right? But again, it's the beginning in a completely different dimension, in a completely different reality. And for a lot of us, like we can't really plan for it because we don't know what the new reality is going to be like, right? And stepping through this threshold might be just as intimidating as walking on the fault line that we just read about. So for me, if you wish, there's a certain synchronicity between the two. This one is just less on the dangerous side, right? And more on the anxious side of the unknown, right? A little bit more peaceful, maybe. Yeah, they're actually pretty close. This is so not good with the Roman numerals, but this is like 45 and 49, so they're pretty close in terms of where they are in the deck. All right, so let's get on with tarot. I'll use the Elixir deck, and I am gonna be at the Psychic Fair in Brooklyn again, different location. I mean, different studio, but still in Brooklyn. So once again, if you're in NYC and you like to meet in person, you like to get a little reading, there's gonna be really good prices. There's gonna be a bunch of other vendors with crafts, with bake sale. There will be a couple of other tarot readers, I think. So yeah, that's a great opportunity. And if you're in Brooklyn, it's almost like you have to be there because how do I say this? This is a great community that creates great community of people, and I'll send a newsletter about this so you have all the details. And of course, if you follow me on Instagram, then there will be information there as well. But yeah, if this is something more or less local to you, you definitely want to meet people and be part of that vibe, even for the day, but also to make friends, to make acquaintances, and to create that network of people who are like-minded and who will lift you up, if anything. All right, King of Cups at the bottom of the deck as I'm saying this. Ooh, alrighty. One card fell out, we'll take that. Some clarifiers here. The Tower, we kind of spoke about it. What I'm also sensing with the King of Cups is that you may want to still kind of hold the front and, pretend like everything's fine or everything's the same or this is just temporary and it's fine. Like it's that proverbial, like when you say it's fine, like it means it's not fine, right? And the point is not even in, like, you may want to do something like that for other people. I mean, up to your discernment of who we are talking about. Hopefully, if those are people who are close to you, you won't feel pushed to do pretending, right? You'll be honest. But at the very least, be honest with yourself, what you're going through, and whatever support system you need, go for it, ask for it. If you are going through tough times, and I'm speaking absolutely from personal experience, it's not there just for you to suffer, like kind of like white knuckle it and fight through it. No, like if we are human beings who we need other human beings, or at least some tools of support, or at least call on to your guides. Like whatever it is, do it. Don't just suffer in silence through it. So the first question is about opportunities that are open to us, that we should know about, that we should be open to from our side. And for the feminines, I see King of Pentacles clarified by the Temperance in reverse. So it's an opportunity to move forward with whatever your venture, your project, your mission and purpose is. No, of course, it doesn't have to be light work necessarily. Like take it, as it resonates for your experience. Because all twin flames are light workers and we're supposed to do light work, that's something that I'm, gravitating towards. That's kind of my journey, that's my perspective. But whatever it is for you, this is not, the universe is giving you lots of opportunities to take action and just roll with it and move forward. It's like you've done your homework, you've been preparing, and you're ready now. Go for it, take those opportunities, say yes. Like they say in the theater of improv, you're always supposed to say yes. Like that's that time for you feminines. For the masculines, we see 2 threes, 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. So for you, the opportunity is for companionship and finding your people, for fun, and also for creating something beautiful together. And of course you can interpret that as work, right? But it can be so much more than that. And again, to me, like especially with this deck, like this Three of Pentacles is like a piece of art, right? But it is about teamwork. It is about the community, and this one is as well. It's fellowship, it's community, it's friendship. But this one is more about having fun and rejoicing, you know? This one is more about putting in the effort to create something together. So there are opportunities for you there. Again, if you come across people, they're there for a reason. If you get invitations to events, go say yes, because this is where you may find like that specific person you are looking for to put your, you know, creative perspective into life, or people that you will feel really safe and comfortable with to hang out in your free time, something like that. The second question is about karmic cycles that we're going through. For the feminines, we see Six of Swords clarified by Ten of Swords, right? So it's dealing with pain and suffering. It's dealing with self-conflict. It's like the self-imposed wound that, and the cycle of it that we may be inflicting without even realizing it. Yeah, so just take it to heart, see it for what it is, and know that as much as you are causing that pain to yourself, you're able to heal yourself. You're able to get yourself out of it. And following on the previous part, you don't have to do it alone, 100%, especially if you're in distress, if you're in that moment of panic, of pain. Call onto people who can help you, who can guide you, who can take you into the safe waters. But once you are in safety, then you can start analyzing and being a detective and looking into it and seeing like, what can you do with this? Why was it in your life? And, you know, how do you want to act in similar situations going forward? Not to get yourself into Ten of Swords situation. If you just pretend like it's fine, or you kind of recover with time and you move on, there's a good chance that it will repeat itself, hence the karmic cycles, because there is a lesson there that you're supposed to learn, that you're supposed to take on board so that you do something different next time. For masculines, we see the Ace of Swords clarified by Knight of Cups. So for masculines, it's the recognition of their feelings. This is the conscious side of it, right? And the challenge to reconcile the emotions and the logic. Right? It's like being conscious and accepting certain emotions, the positive, the negative, you know, like being neutral about seeing them, being able to step away and see them in a neutral way and work with them. Because again, when you're in the middle of that emotional whirlwind, it's really hard to do something about it, right? Even if you know that it's not healthy, somehow it doesn't reflect the situation, right? But it's really hard to just pull yourself out of it. Right? But it's important to be able to have the skill where you can at least like get into a balanced state, and maybe the emotion is not over, right? And if it's deep, it usually won't be over in like a matter of minutes or hours. But you're able to get yourself into a balanced state in your mind, so that then you can inspect in a more holistic way, and then you can make an informed decisions. First of all, do you want to act on those feelings and emotions? Are they guiding you towards something good for you? Or you want to work with them and kind of like calm them and put them to closure, because those are not the ones that you want to continue with. And now the advice for action. For the feminines, we see another Ten of Swords, by the way, and another Six of Swords. This is very interesting. So these were the cards that I just showed you. These are the ones that I see now. Exactly the same cards. Synchronicity. So basically, we've already spoken about what is the action, right? How do you work with the painful situations, right? How do you get out of those? This is the work now. To get yourself out, ask for help if needed, and then be able to see that situation from the distance so that you can learn the lesson from it, right? But do not stay within that pain and suffering just thinking that either I deserve this, or, you know, I'm supposed to sit with this for a reason, right? Like, not necessarily to record new sources of trauma into your head. You know, like not to that extent. You're supposed to kind of move through them like a jellyfish and then move on. And then another synchronicity for the masculines, they have Three of Pentacles and Lovers, beautiful cards, but we also already had Three of Pentacles for the masculines, right? So we're back to partnership, you know, find the partnership that will create more of the loving energy in your space. And it can be, of course, your divine feminine, but not necessarily. And if anything, I'm seeing this as a creative project, right? And it doesn't have to be just one person. It could be several people. It's like a teamwork, right? But the team is going to be like working with the team is going to mean so much more than just accomplishing that specific thing that you're working on. Like it's going to help you heal on so many levels and see things differently and the dynamics between people on a different level. So much more to get from that partnership if you keep saying yes to those that are being presented to you. Because those are already the opportunities that are available if you have the eyes to see them. All right, I'm gonna end this here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. If you have any specific comments about my readings or any questions you'd like me to ask in the following spreads, let me know. And otherwise, I love you all. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And until next time.